Proverbs chapter 29, verse 20, do you see someone who speaks in haste? There is more hope for a fool than for them. Today's principle, some men lack a partition between their vacuous mind and their flippant tongue. The Bible tells the story of Jephthah, who was the son of a Gileadite and a prostitute. Because of his illegitimate conception, his half-brothers despised and rejected him. They disinherited him and drove him out of their lives. Jephthah was a man's man. He was a mighty warrior who surrounded himself with other adventurers who were loyal to him. He was conditioned by the field of contest. The tables had turned, and his brothers needed him to come in and deliver them from a warring people called the Ammonites. As Jephthah was preparing for battle, he spoke in haste, saying, "If you give the Ammonites into my hands, whatever comes out of the door of my house to meet me when I return in triumph from the Ammonites will be the Lord's, and I will sacrifice it as a burnt offering." Judges chapter 11, verse 30 through 31. This was a flippant vow made from the adrenaline of preparing for battle. It was rash and stupid. If he would have stopped to consider what he was saying, he certainly would have realized that anything coming out of the door of his house would be a family member. His daughter was the first one to come out when he returned home. Make no mistake about it. God was not pleased with this act of foolishness. God is not a heathen God asking for child sacrifices. The one and only time that God asked for a sacrifice of a son was with Abraham concerning Isaac. Yet Abraham declared that God would be the provider of the sacrifice. God did give the sacrifice, his only begotten son, Jesus. But God didn't make the promise in haste. He certainly wasn't flippant about it. The Bible says that before the foundation of the earth, the Lamb was slain. Revelation 13:8. We need to be careful with our words. Remember, never make a flippant vow while you are filled with spiritual adrenaline.